Good evening, free enterprise fans, to the Eblan Elixir League. Tonight we have a Moonveil mixer race between It's Spelled Aerith from Time Zones Are Us and Heart from We Wear Shorts in Winter. Tonight on the Reen stream, we have Alicel, and on tracking, we have Dubword. My name is Brickhouse, and I am joined in the booth tonight by Martin Broadcloak. Martin, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, Brick. Oh, man, it's good to be here. We're going to have a good time tonight. This is going to be a fun race, right up until I saw Yang. And then
but Yang is so cool. Look at their sunglasses.
No! Oh, we have seen so much Yang. But we can say that about, like, everyone because of how this flag set operates. So, it's fine.
You really can. But I mean, he has so much health at the end of the game. What could go wrong in the beginning? Absolutely
yes.
Nothing.
Yes, can go wrong.
and we have the warp glitch in this flag set to make things easy. So we don't. Oh, wait a minute. What was that last objective?
Look, if you know some secret strats on how to warp with Yang, I'm here for it. I need every advantage I can get. So hit me up after the broadcast. Let me know.
You got it. Well, it looks like the warp glitch won't get us that far tonight because our last objective on the list is completing the sealed cave. So we still have to do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, okay. We might have to do that.
That's a really good point because although you can see that there are 7 objectives, there are only 6 that are required.
Yeah. I mean, it may just be a hard fade. I mean, so you look at these, right? Barren Castle, whatever, it's Barren Castle. The other 2 are actually fast spots. So depending on your agility setup and everything, like fading one of those 2 is kind of a nice problem to have.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm a little bit scared of the King of Town of Monsters. I think depending what can be there, that can give me a bit of pause.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be fun when you waltz in, though, and see King Queen Eblan there. You're like,
yeah,
hey, it's so nice.
What could be better?
But we're going to find out soon because zoom, away we go. Hey! Somewhere Allie is happy. It's Rydia.
That's a good friend to have to the start.
Yeah.
And looks like our key item to start is a defense sword. So neither of them could use that, but perhaps another friend later on can. So when you start out with this kind of party, Martin, what are you thinking about your first steps?
Help me.
Help me, help me. Oh.
So the problem is, it's like, all right, well, you look at this party. Cool. How are you doing damage with this party right now?
Yeah,
Rydia's level 1. Yang punches for like
levels.
Tens of damage. So how do you take out what's on Hobbs or what's in Antlion Cave right now? The answer is not very well.
Yeah, no, slowly and methodically, I think is the answer.
Yeah, see, Sniper's got the idea. Dancing Dagger? Yeah. See, we always joke about Kayn, where, the Kayn is just a vessel for an Avenger. Right now, Rydia is kind of a vessel for a Dancing Dagger.
Yeah.
So that's kind of on the short list of things we want to find.
Yeah, definitely want to see that. It would be wonderful to get some good loot and get a nice summon, but then again, with the 10 MP, you're not getting very far with that.
Yeah, how do you the self glitch is on. So if you can get a couple levels and get her to 25 MP, you have a route to actually do some things. But that requires A, Sylph, and B, well, levels.
And Aerith just picked up a curse ring inside Watery Pass. So that's a little benefit there.
That is a huge find, especially on a Yang hero. It allows you, so everyone's, the way the game operates, and obviously you play, so you know how this is going to work. You want to be fast anchored for, most of the overworld. So at that point, the cursed ring doesn't matter very much. Later on in the game, where you can start manipulating Yang and deciding who gets the first turn in a fight and things like that, that's where things start getting interesting. And having access to that means you're no longer beholden to, okay, well, I need to start checking armor shops trying to find this ring. It's once it's in your inventory, I mean, short of accidentally selling it, it's not going anywhere.
It's going to stay the whole time. And speaking of staying the whole time, enemies will stay the whole time with Rydia's free summon of Imp. So,
You know,
it's got to be just disappointed at this point.
Imp actually does have a use. It actually does. Also, was that a cat claw I just saw? I'm pretty sure it was.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So Yang might be able. He might hit 100 damage. It's possible. But no, Imp is the fastest summon in the game. It's actually faster than Sylph. Works great if you're going to get cute with Wyvern, because it will trigger the counter Mega Nuke, and it's fast. So who knows? Maybe you see some interesting strats come out of that thing.
And Heart just picked up a Blitz Whip inside from the Watery Pass, so that could kind of help again. But you know, I feel like we're getting close. We keep trying to make excuses. We're talking about what could be and not what is. And for Heart and Aerith, my heart goes out to both of you.
Oh, like I saw Edward, I'm turning around. That's how bad it is.
Oh
no.
I mean, that's the joy of randomizers.
It's the correct play. Like,
yes.
How are you killing that Asura for Edward? Like, eh.
Yeah,
hello.
Okay.
We would like a Sand Ruby, please, preferably sooner than later.
Yes, but I think that was true about 4 minutes and 20 seconds ago.
Well, yes. Also, we need money, but hey, we have 10 rune rings, so we no longer have 10 rune rings.
Yes. And those are really there for you to sell. Let's be honest.
They really are. Like, if you're not selling like 5 to 7 of them at the beginning of the game, are you really playing it correctly?
Yeah, you're missing it, because even though you are limited on the gear you can get in the shops, when you start out with parties of certain powers such as this one, that edge could be what you need. Yeah.
I did see Aerith has a dancing dagger on Rydia. So we are off and running. Like, we have damage.
Yeah. And that's really what you need. I kind of look at Rydia kind of reminds me of those, like a ready-baked thing you get from the supermarket. And like it's partially cooked, but once you cook it all, you've got a fresh meal. Yep. But it's not ready to eat right away.
So Dimps and Antlion. Unfortunately, we don't have any sort of powerful J item just to one-shot these. But the great part is, 3 dancing dagger throws and you're out of here. So
yeah, no nothing special from no life glitches coming out quite yet with that either. Nah. That could be nice, but again, you're pretty early.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's I don't know if that's a boss you wanted to see in water. Like, any of the other sparkles would have been great to just get out of the way, but that one,
No, you like to see it, because you can get in a rhythm with Plague, even if you brute force it with life potions and killing your own character is
pretty free. Ooh, that's a nice item.
Oh, okay. There we go.
That is your instant direction when you get underground. It's like, what is on the list you're doing first? That's probably it.
And I think it's wonderful. I think you can get out some of your frustrations, maybe with the early party with that pan, and just bang and yang on the head with that thing. I think it'll help you feel a little bit better.
It's called catharsis. Yes, it very much is a good thing.
And it looks like Heart now is going to make the wonderful discovery of the very quick Imp, which I'm sure the first thought in his mind is, boy, I'll be able to get that Wyvern really, really quickly. Instead of, do I have to actually play this?
I got nothing.
You got nothing. Well, you know what? They do not either.
Trying to spin that somehow. Like, no, I got nothing. I'm good.
Got nothing good. Oh, that's too bad. All right, so Aerith is heading over to Fabul now. So I think this will be telling, because we really want to have something we can sink our teeth into to get some more levels.
Do you think this was an arrangement between the two? It's like, if we see Edward up on Hobbs, that we're just nah, we're good. We're gonna nope out of this.
It was really, really similar. I don't want to say they colluded, but I can only work with the evidence presented before me, and it seemed to go to a T. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll get them both. Hey, That's actually not a bad one to see right now.
This is a great spot. You don't have to worry about Shadow, because Shadow's going to kill all your characters, but 2, barring exceptions, of course. But then you get this out of the way, you get an objective, you'll get more XP, and that should, if you can get a good summon for Rydia, I think that'll give her enough after this fight.
Meanwhile, Heart and Aggert taking you're buying exits. Yeah.
You have to.
With this party, yeah, you're buying anything to shorten like ways out of places and things like that. Yeah, it's
You always want to do it.
Okay. Fireclaw could be useful. Absolutely.
Yep. Probably my least favorite of the claws. Oh, bandana.
A lot more useful.
Yep. Use that a little more than the Fireclaw.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very angry early level Yang there. He's gonna do some things.
Yeah, and it's gonna be important because, like you said in the beginning, a party like this, you got to say, where's my early damage coming from? And once you can do that and get online, then you're good to go. That was a very stout lightning bolt on Aerith's Yang.
Yeah, and that was the concern I had when I saw Aerith go into this fight, was using a Star Veil prior to Golbez starting his whole monologue. Ticks are still passing during the monologue, and depending on your agility, those veils can run out before the spells start coming at you.
Yeah,
so you have to be a little careful of that, and fortunately had enough time to get another veil up to stop the fight. So yeah, we'll be through this, but it can get a little hey, look at this, the Carter administration chest. You know why we call that, Brick?
I would like to know.
Because the last time anybody ever checked that chest was during the Carter administration.
Ha ha ha! Fantastic.
Yeah.
A lovely time machine.
Hey, Golbez is down. What do you think we're going to get here? What if we got a spoon?
I'm hoping we get something absolutely useless. Oh, adamant. That's not useless.
Useless for a moment.
It's half an objective. So with this flag set with Sea Hero on, when you forge it, you're going to get a special item, not an Excalibur, but a special item for your hero. So in this case, it's going to be an item for Yang. And which one?
Yeah, and the problem is one of the 3 of them is not very good for him.
And you can't help but wonder if the way things are going now, is that the way it's going to be. Speaking of early damage.
There, goodbye Rune Rings, hello vampires. And now we have our way through the next 20 minutes of the scene.
There we go. And that's so critical. It's an item I think a lot of newer players can sleep on, because you're like, oh, well, do I just want to drain health? That's not what I want to do. No, the damage it can do relative to what your early characters can do is outstanding. And the fact it will heal you, meaning that anyone who uses it who didn't get killed in one shot is coming back, because it's not just the health, it's how many hits your characters can take. So I think Aerith has to be just absolutely tickled to see that and get going.
Yep, I love the spec buy of the Mute Dagger. That is on the short list of instant purchase items.
Yeah, Mute Dagger is wonderful.
It makes Rydia a little stronger, but its primary function is exactly Edge if he ever shows up. So
yeah, there's a fair amount of wizard enemies that's going to be really effective on. And it's wonderful, and especially with Edge too, because it gives him the power to hit, and then he's got another weapon as well, so it can just turn him into an absolute wrecking machine against the right targets.
Looks like Heart is deciding to take a swing at Baron in here. That's actually a functional character.
Wow, that could be useful now.
Yeah, that's way better than what we've bye Rydia. Yeah.
This is going to be tricky.
Yeah, it's not this fight that's the tricky. It's the next one that is the scary one.
Yeah. All right, so Aerith is heading away from Troya. And let's see what the next step is.
Hey, the infamous 1 HP wave.
Oh,
well done.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
So amazing. All right, so it looks like our runners are going to give each other a little high five here.
Yep. That's not good. That's actually bad. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Except you're dead.
Oh, one hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah. So,
And so
okay.
close.
Doable. It's actually doable.
It is.
And here's the weird thing about that one. You actually have the solution in your inventory right now, and it has to do with Rydia.
Yes.
So you start with your starting gear. You know, everyone's so focused on the 10 rune rings, they forget about the wizard hat. Wizard hat confers undead protection. Last I checked, lunars are very undead.
They look like they may not be alive. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Perhaps they just hadn't had lunch yet today, and they were slightly famished.
So Rydia in the back row is not going to be taking a ton of damage. You might get through long enough to throw up the Starveil and have some lunar frogs.
Now, do our runners have enough?
Possible?
Do they have enough Starveils left, though?
Don't know how many they burned on Golbez.
Because Golbez was expensive in terms of those.
Yeah.
So HeartGamer looks to be going to the public treasury.
That's your other solution right there.
Yeah.
Aerith just bought them.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I mean, I find that yes. Yeah, they're pretty wonderful. I love to keep a couple of them on me just for emergencies on the characters.
Yeah. But yeah, using them for like early exactly D lunars or a Mylon Z, like they work so well.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Which gets back to the theme with sometimes in this randomizer you start out with a party. How do I do damage? How do I overcome these things? Once they get online, they'll be great. But I think this we might go back and see the handling of this early game, especially the early game damage, maybe what makes the difference in this race.
Yeah.
All right, and Aerith is going again for that wonderful blue turtle.
Do you notice what's different now? They're both in the back. They're both in the back row.
Both in the back row.
Yeah.
And so, Vampire, look at that right there. It just cancels the whole thing.
Yep. And this is going to be the Cure 3 Chuckathon right here. So here we go.
How thirsty are these dragons for the delicious Cure 3 potion?
Yep.
Still thirsty. And there we go. Thirst has been obeyed. The first one is down. Aerith has got to be pretty happy about this.
Yeah, this is actually a really dangerous spot. So having a boss like this and having the tools to get rid of it, you're really happy to get this Rosa in your party.
Yeah. And she's so great too. I mean, you've got obviously an excellent white mage, great health progression later on, but with a bow, with the aim command, or a heroine robe and an angry Rosa and a hook, who else might want to join Rosa?
I was going to say, the Rosa was important and all, but the hook might be the better prize there.
Yes, Rosa who? What?
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. We're just gonna ignore what happened before, and we're gonna go follow that hook, possibly.
Yep.
Let's see what Aerith is thinking. Meanwhile, Hart is taking a look at Golbez, and we'll hopefully have the Starveil out quite in time to put him down.
Yeah, I did see one Starveil come out immediately. I don't know if a second one showed up, but we're going to run into the same issue of the Veils will run out. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one, see where that goes.
Yeah, they definitely don't last forever, and that's part of the trick with dealing with them.
Spine Mist Cave, I like it. You're in the vicinity. Could be one of the bosses.
Take a look.
I mean, we haven't seen a vanilla demist in that cave in like the last, I don't know, 72 hours. It's fine.
Sometimes the best place to hide is right out in the open.
I mean, in this flag set, nobody's ever been burned by, not sticking their head in Mist Cave. No.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't do anything.
Yeah.
No one would ever check. It's not like it's right near the start of the game.
Nah. All right, so Hook. Gated character. Who do you want it? We know Cecil is in bed.
Yeah.
obviously the de facto answers are going to be a mop and an edge.
Sure, but
Who else
beyond
are
that,
who else are you excited to see down here?
so I'm gonna hot take here. I wouldn't mind seeing Sid because it gets me a little more offense, and I could coast a little bit and get things moving. Obviously, I want the better characters, but I feel like he'd be on my. I would still be happy with him.
Interesting. Okay.
What about you?
I would give me a Quack Kid.
Yes.
Like I know agility wise, like it wouldn't be great, but I mean it's Quack.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to pass that up. Hey, it's alcohol and coffins.
Wow. Two great.
I can make use of those.
Yes. That would be something you're going to want to, if you're taking notes at home, you'd want to scribble that down.
Sammy bow. I foresee. Okay, hold on. I'm holding an envelope to my head right now. I am foreseeing looting in our future, and yeah, some selling and some shopping on this hook route.
Yeah, we're gonna want to see that. I wonder if either of them are when they're gonna take a trip into Castle Eblan.
I mean, so okay, well, we'll get to the coffin part in a second. Let's see who this character is.
Oh, you called it.
It's what I do.
An orange cloak can only mean one thing. A green shirt and a green shirt can only be one thing.
That sparkle, though, is concerning. Yeah. We know who it can't be because they can't gate your underground access, but the other two are somewhat terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially one of them.
We could be in a world of hurt here, but I think we've got enough power on Aerith's side that we can get that Palm online. That
you'll be fine on that side. Let's see, are we gonna save and loot our way backwards? I think that's the play we're going with here. So coffins. 2 of the 3 fights in Eblan are fully coffinable. So the cats, the Lamia, and all 3 ogres. So you could buy 6 coffins, and you're 2/3 of the way through the traps in Eblan.
Mm-hmm.
And the bad part is, though, you kind of have to survive the fights. You don't have an hourglass to shut. Yeah, you don't have an hourglass to shut them down. Rune rings take care of the ogres because they're considered mages.
Oh, that's a heroine robe on Aerith's side.
That is huge.
That you can have a very angry Rosa.
Yeah, that is center slot Sammy, Bo, heroine robe Rosa, and you just lean hard on her. Yeah. Honestly, you probably just buy some alcohol and just drink one on every fight.
Yep.
Just let
Rosa can do that.
Yeah.
Rosa
like
can
I'm
do
here for that.
All right, we got Rubicante on Heart side on Ordeals, so that's going to be a little bit tricky if that glare is going to do a whole lot.
That's a number. I mean, at least it wasn't the back attack. That's way worse. I mean, you're still dead, but
you're just mostly dead. All right, looks like we're doing some shopping on Aerith's side, which, I can absolutely see that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get that Rosa online.
So here's the thing. Honestly, there was a case right now where you just sell that defense sword. I know it's weird, but like what that money gets you in the early game, I think you can get over it.
I don't hate it because when you're looking at that, you would say, if you're keeping that, you're claiming, I'm going to get Kayn, and I'm going to commit to Kayn and go forward with this. Mm-hmm. Because Kayn starts at a relatively low level. It's level 10.
Yeah.
As opposed to holding on like a Crystal Sword or an Excal for Cecil. Yeah. So I don't hate that. I think, again, looking at how challenging the beginning of this race is, you've got to think my opponent's having the same amount of difficulty, and whoever can turn it up in the beginning faster is going to get those levels, going to get the items, and it will just snowball from there. So also, I absolutely like selling it.
That Fire Claw that Heart bought, huge help. That one power punch just took out elements. You do not want to screw with the Ruby phase of that fight at all on back attack. Now you will just end up a flaming puddle on the ground by the time you're done. So very well played on Heart's side.
Yeah, you gotta love it. And you know, I guess I gotta eat crow a bit when I was a little bit cool on the Fire Claw, but Heart has proven me wrong.
Yeah, like
proven
they
me
have
wrong.
I personally would not buy a Fire Claw, so all the benefit to Heart for that one. So, all right, who's here? Who's here? Who's behind the mirror? Well,
that is a pink tail.
Huh.
Who wears it now? Oh, this.
That's a thing. Well, I can tell you who's not wearing it. That guy on screen right now. He's definitely not wearing it. Ooh, boy. I honestly, at least for Aerith, we won't know quite yet, but I'll tell you what, if Aerith finds like Leviathan or something down here, it probably goes on Rydia.
Yep.
The smart play, probably. So it's an information thing, right? You go down the hook rat, you see the sparkle there, you know the sparkles you've seen and what's left in the pool and who can get your underground access. One of them doesn't like being summoned against. The other one just doesn't like anything short of physical damage. Probably goes on Rosa.
Yeah,
and I like turn her loose and let her shoot repeatedly.
I like it because she can do so many different things later without having to worry about adamant sickness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I like that a lot. So the adamant sickness. So just for everyone at home, when you take the adamant armor off, the resistance it gave you to the elemental damage turns into a negative when you take it off. So you're actually worse off until you put it back on. And I think can protect rings mitigate that issue later?
Yeah, anything that basically counters it will fix the problem. So protect ring will fix the problem. So correctable, but you don't want to be on the wrong end of it.
No, definitely not. And something to think about too when you're putting it on. I know we're pretty free with items between the party members, but it's good to know that you got to think just a little bit more long term when you're dealing with the adamant armor. But the benefit outweighs it.
Chat pointed out crystal ring. If that's what Aerith just pulled out of Eblan, that fixes your other problem on the hook route. Because that confers dragon protection. And hey, guess what? Haildam's a dragon. Kinda helps.
Yes. Yeah, crystal ring is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Hey, and there's Thunderclaw.
Yeah.
So our punch mage.
Instant good purchase. Yep. Not even a question.
No, and that one I won't sleep on, unlike the Fire Claw, which again I will continue to feast on this lovely prepared crow. But the Thunderclaw, yeah, you always grab that.
Yeah. So yeah, we're slowly getting to a point here where these two runners are going to converge. They will both have an adamant, and it's going to come down to this hook route and who sets up better to get through it.
Yeah, and I think that's what hooker route is always a challenge, which is really interesting because you're hitting it earlier in the life of the randomizer than you would in the vanilla game. And that second spot, correct me if I'm wrong, it's got about 20,000 health.
25.
25. Look at that.
Yeah. So that curse ring will come in handy. Obviously, the adamant will come in handy. Like there's the solution to get through it. We have it. It's just, who puts the adamant on who.
And that's gonna be a really interesting decision. So Aerith is moving pretty quickly through ordeals, which is to be expected with 4 party members with a little more oomph than Heart had with 2. And now Heart is going to get the wonderful surprise of those very thirsty dragons.
I was gonna ask, did he buy? It doesn't look like he bought Cure 3s, so has not been Toria quite yet.
Yeah, so that's gonna be tricky.
Yeah, and the problem is the next attacks that come out are fires, and that's gonna off Rydia.
Yeah, absolutely instantly.
Yeah. So yeah, you're on a timer on this. Basically, they get six rounds. It's basically punch, fire, 4 rounds of punches, and then they breathe on you. If you're trying to hold out to get them to breathe, I would probably put Yang in the back row.
Yeah, he's gonna need it to go through. And with only one with a Star Veil, I mean, you'd love to see if you could try to reflect their frog magic back, but that's gonna be a tall order.
It's the 50-50 game at this point. The breath is coming. Both of them will get one. They just need to hit the correct targets.
Yep.
So.
Let's say the punching was a bit too much from those lunar dragons, and Heart is gonna jump on the Enterprise and take flight.
And oh hey, we're going to exactly where the solution is. Neat.
I like it. I like it. So let's see what Heart goes ahead and buys those Cure 3s, because that really worked nicely, and that's a good tip for all you kids at home.
Are we doing a doggo check?
Oh, are we going to the up dog?
We're doing the up dog.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm always a fan of checking this, because this can be something pretty good pretty early in the game. So you like to see it. Deal. All right. But we're waiting. Where could this dog be? What toy could he have waiting for us?
Honestly, it's probably a crystal sword.
Yep. Just to taunt.
Just to further hurt us and be like, well, if you had a sand ruby.
I love it.
Goober brings up a point. Yeah, So are we going to override our save? Okay, no, we aren't. Okay, so yeah. Goober brings up a point. This could just be a flat-out check for one of the 3 bosses. Or 2 bosses now. You sit there.
Yeah.
You sit there because, okay, the fight's free. It's 9,000 experience. So don't... Heart. Just sit there. Sit there. This isn't Potion Party. They go away.
Yeah, now, unless... Heart could be thinking, look, I want to save that XP gain for somebody else. Maybe
you're up there. You take it now.
Yeah, I would think so, because unless you didn't think your young could survive, but
yeah, you're up there. You just sit there and take it now. That also gives you the benefit. You don't have the Earth Crystal, but you see the character up there. You also see the boss that populates Dwarf 2. When you stick your head in.
A lot of good information with that.
Yeah, so that may give you an idea on what you need to set up for. Like if you see a blue robe up there, Dwarf now becomes on your very short list of things you probably want to do like ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and Heart has acquired a heroine robe as well, looting Eblan Castle. So that's always a nice benefit to have.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll really work nice for Rydia.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to go the angry Rydia route with a nice whip.
Now the bad part about this is Heart does not have the hook. So we don't have the coffins to short these fights.
All right, Aerith is picking up the adamant for the pink tail.
Yeah. So this is probably a loot grab on Heart's side.
Yeah.
We're just trying to fade the traps and just grab whatever we can out of here.
So with Heart's party, what kind of loot would you be looking to get out of here?
Well, I would be taking this heroin robe and be like, tee hee hee, I'm gone.
Yep.
And obviously, we know the solution to the lunars is sitting in the Troy item shop. So you could also sit there and just put people in the back row and probably, tough it out to get lunar frogs.
So did Aerith just put the adamant on Palom? Did I see that correctly?
I mean, Amplified Quack Kid is pretty good.
That is.
Yeah. Like
a little more one-dimensional than Rosa.
But boy, that's a big dimension.
It is, and if you can blast through things, but it won't help you here. But then again, you know, with the right coffins and maybe even a life glitch.
Yep.
Yeah, getting it all set up.
Yeah, and you're seeing the rune rings, and it's like, why is everybody taking 1 damage? Rune rings. So also, that's an orb.
Ooh,
that's a fun orb.
That is a wonderful orb, and that's going to give Heart some much needed umph to get by things in the early game.
Yeah, that's another way through those lunars. It's also a way through some of the traps in here if you can somehow keep her alive.
Yeah, do you have enough mana? Does Heart's really have enough mana?
All takes is 50.
Yeah. More inventory boss here. The thing which is so insidious about the inventory boss is no matter what level you are, it will always slow you down.
Comment from chat. Yang never gets any love, not even when he's the hero. He gets plenty of love. The first like 38 times he showed up as the hero so far. He's fine. He'll be fine. It's great.
He'll be wonderful later.
Yang's wonderful.
Yes, he's so great. I had a flat tire and Yang came by and helped me change it. He was wonderful.
One of my races, I had Yang as a hero. You know what I got to do? There were dolls in the tower key room. I got to kick them.
That couldn't be any better.
Yeah, he has his uses, and he's pretty good at what. I mean, he's solid. Something, not the hero we need, but probably the one we deserve. I don't know.
And Aerith picks up some more coffins. I think Aerith has found a stable strategy that hopefully will work to get that party where it needs to be.
Yeah. Oh, Aerith's going down. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna take a look. Also, to answer Woobear's question, it is a lunar sparkle. In the first spot, King Queen, we have a cursed ring. So we have the solution to get through the fights. It's just a matter of what's there. Also, you know how hilarious Brick would it be if what Woo was saying came past where it's like DKC down there?
Oh,
and
that would be wonderful.
you have to suck it up and go back and get Edward so that he can hide.
Oh,
that can get through it and not explode.
That would be wonderful. He gets a lot of grief because of the low power save for having the spoon. But boy, when you can just deploy him properly.
Oh, the catharsis. Be like, you left me behind at the 4-minute mark, and now you're coming back begging for my help to get underground. Oh, it'd be so good.
I can just see him sitting at a table, his hat pulled over his face.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the room is dark, even though it's midday, but it's dark. All right, so Aerith has the 4 mad ogres. The same thing applies as before. They are considered mages, so those rune rings will protect you very nicely. Yep. And those are the proper arrows to use for this application.
Casual 4,200 damage. It's fine.
So it's they're being dealt with quite handedly.
Also, like to point out, just little, I talked about it earlier, but I didn't explain why. The big thing on this flag set, obviously, is Sea Hero. Yang's our hero, so everything runs through him as far as, agility and things like that. The great part of it is it doesn't matter what spot he's in. So the way Aerith has their party set up right now, where Rose is in slot 1 in the middle, is big, because if she has a samurai bow on, they are notoriously mediocrely accurate. You get a 25% boost to your accuracy to the character in the center slot. So moving characters around is a benefit, especially with her and that bow exactly right now.
And it's funny because you think, Sea Hero is going to restrict your freedom because you're stuck on that character. But really, when one door closes, another door opens. And that's how I look at Sea Hero. That's a really good point.
That is a scary child.
Oh, that's gonna put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, how hilarious is it going to be when it's exactly Ogopogo down here? And all of a sudden that child's like, wait, hold on, this isn't going to work.
Yes, I can hand out as many potions as need be during this fight. Who's thirsty?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. But first, we have one fight we have to get through. Who is it? How about Antlion? Oh my God!
Okay.
Look, this is not my fault.
Have you played this?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh.
So, oh, Edward.
Oh.
Oh, Edward.
Yikes. All right. Well, Aerith recovers from that. We have Leviathan on Heart's side.
Boy, they're not happy. Although
Yeah.
we need back row here.
Yeah. And Leviathan wasn't enough, it would seem.
Yeah. And this is gonna be close. So here's the question. We're at 39 minutes. You know what's here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what? I think we're through.
Yeah, it looks like
if you drop battle speed, I think we get there. Unless Yang doesn't have the curse ring on right now.
That's a possibility. Yeah, there we go. Battle speed.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that, everyone at home. The battle speed 1, as I understand it, is almost impossible for a human to keep up with. And by going down to 6, you can have enough time to do all those cures.
Yeah. So yeah, because Rosa's right now is now taking, like, these waves are, you know, somewhat variant on how much damage they can do. That Cure 3 was early, yeah. This may just be... Actually, no, you know what? I bet Yang could throw a Cure 3 on himself right now. I think we're through.
Yep. Without too high rolls.
Yeah, you're there.
Okay.
So yeah, you're good.
That Cure 3 gets there. Yep. We're good. Love it.
This is the moment where every runner appreciates the fact this is not Potion Party, because guess what? Those waves don't stop coming in Potion Party. They keep going.
They don't. And that was I think a nice change. It was fun to do that in the Potion Party flag set, but it's definitely nice to go back to something more standard and have those little breathers. Now, Heart, meanwhile, having some more trouble with the D-Lunars as well, taking a nice little camping trip right outside of Baron, and I think he's going to give it another go.
Now, funny part about this, and this is something and this is things that you learn as you play the game more. The second fight, Baron Inn 2. Baron Inn 2 has variable agility. They can be anywhere between 4 and 7 agility in that fight. So you actually want Yang fast for this, so he gets more turns relative to them. So taking off the Cat Claw is not the best idea in the world. You actually want the Cat Claw on so he goes faster.
All right, looks like Aerith has paled him. So get your doots out. We can hear a lot of wonderful things. We can just imagine them in our head and play that doot in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And Leviathan pulls through for Heart.
Yay!
But that's so wonderful. I mean, that's what you got to love about randomizers. You got one problem and 2 different solutions. And I just think that's super exciting, and how any randomizer, but especially this one, just makes it so special.
Yeah. And, you know, it comes down to routing. Like, you know, you go certain places, you pick up certain things, you know. Somebody has vampires earlier on than the other person, you know, somebody does Eblan. I mean, it's RNG. That's all it boils down to.
Yeah, but you can give yourself the more opportunities for more RNG rolls to give you more options. At the end of the day, you know, your routing, I agree, your routing determines your options, and then your options determines your capability.
Yeah, you know, obviously we're watching Aerith do Paladin right now, so here, let's paint RNG here real quick. You ready?
Yep.
You go underground. You look at this party. This party, I mean, you have a Quack Kid, right? You're good. But the party still needs some help. But you have a pan in your hand. But Dwarf is right there. And you have Rydia, so you have access to the warp glitch. What's more important to you right now, a character or turning in that pan?
I would think I would do the pan. Reason being, I feel like the seed has really restricted the runners in the beginning and made them ask a lot of questions. So I kind of feel like later on it'll open up some more, and I think the pan will open a lot of things relatively quickly.
Okay, so let's compound this then. You do, let's say they do Dwarf. All right, whatever, warp glitch.
Yep.
One of those two is now darkness. All of a sudden, maybe the pan falls by the wayside because, hey, darkness is another gated character.
Yes, it is. Yes,
maybe you go up there and look. Versus the other runner that's like, no, I'm gonna go turn in this pan ASAP. That's where the deviation comes in. For these is, I mean, there is a correct way to play these, but nobody gets it right the first time.
No. And even when you get it right, you can be wrong.
Exactly. So I'm curious to see what happens after this Paladin goes away. I know what I would do.
All right, and Hart has picked up a good stack of Bacchus, and so that's going to be pretty nice.
Alcohol. I mean, what?
Oh, good to see.
Sorry, who? Huh?
Too many drinks. Too many drinks. Wait a minute. We're not supposed to have drinks in here.
I know what you're talking about. It's fine. It's after dark somewhere, right?
It is. And you love Bacchus because not only does it get you the berserk, but from an action standpoint, they're quicker. The melee user can drink them, so you don't have to type your white mage. They're great to have.
Hey, it's a dark elf. Hi, dark elf. Hi, dark elf.
So wonderful. And he thought the crystal would make him live forever.
Right. All right, so while we're walking with the Yangs here, everybody make sure go follow the runners, go follow Aerith, go follow Hart. You can even follow Debward and Allie and Brick. They're all wonderful.
And that's good to shout it out because we really, without the tracking and the restreaming, Martin and I are just chatting in Discord, and as telling and as thrilling as that is, it's nice to have the actual game there.
Yeah. And comment from chat, why would you follow me? Because I told them to, Allie, that's why. And because they're very well-behaved and responsible and gullible individuals, and they believe anything I tell them.
Well, we have our answer on the right with Aerith, that the pan is exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's 3 checks. How do you not?
Yeah, and looking at the objectives too, right? You already have half of Forge. So if any one of those gets you the other half, boom, you've got that. So you see that, and in addition to all the other items that could open up something, the 3 checks, I really like it. And speaking of that, there you go.
So here we go. What happens if the pan gives you a twin harp? Guess what's right next door when you go turn in the pan?
Yep.
The twin harp.
Nearby.
Yeah.
So Aerith is implementing the maxim of always check your freebies. I really like that. Really like that. And the twin harp is an objective. So that's another great thing too. So we're looking good here. And then coming into here as well, since the king of the town of monsters is also an objective, you get to spy on that. What is this? Is this going to be something terrible? This could be something I can deal with easily later. And that's going to be a really good thing. But meanwhile, at the freebie chest, inside the Fey March, we have a rat tail. Okay, so I am having a difficulty. I'm not saying you're a liar and that you did in fact play the seed. I'm just having difficulties believing that, because once again we get to this open point where you were bringing all these things to think about, and yet there's another choice upstairs.
Yeah, and at this point you follow quantity. Like, how do you not at this point? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go spy this, and then it's rat tail into bonk, into here's the pan with a little bit of Yang's hair on it, like his 3 hairs that were on his head. They're no longer on his head. And then go straight into Twin Arp afterwards. Like, it routes so well.
So many choices. And Aerith did pick up some Hourglass 2s in that last shot. So that's going to be really critical, especially if you have a Darkness Crystal somewhere.
Also, shout outs to the worst treasure chest in the game. And the worst enemy, bar none, in this game.
Yeah.
Everyone's been on the wrong end of Stalemen before.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us many times have been on the wrong end of Stalemen before.
And if you haven't, just keep playing. Soon enough, you will.
Yeah.
Because at the time, and again, it goes back to the hook route, right? By the time you're going here in the vanilla game, you're a bit more powerful. But in the randomizer, if hook is your access underground, you're doing this relatively underpowered to them.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, that's never been touched. So don't worry about that one. That's fine.
Who was there? What was that
other one, though? So here's the thing about the other one. This is a question. Okay, so here we go. You come underground, right? You have this supercharged Quack Kid. If you do Dwarf and Tomra first, let's say you do that, or even fine, go set up the bonk and then go do these, right? If sirens are here, there's a world that you could have bought in a couple sirens, went and burned them, gotten the kid his level 3 spells. That Leviathan goes away immediately. Because Palom with an adamant armor and lit 3, that fight's over. And then you're never coming back to the Fey March ever again. So the question is, does that ever cross a runner's mind with a supercharged Palom? Quake is enough to get through a lot of things. I mean, with Leviathan, it would have taken time. Is there a world where you sit there, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go check. And if I find sirens, do you burn 3 to 5 of them? Maybe get Cure 3 on Rosa, get the level 3s on the kid, and then go up and whatever's up there goes away. Instead of having to go up there a second time.
I think the answer is yes. I really do, because again, looking at this, it's all about how do you get online, because you weren't online right away. Yeah. So when if sirens are a way to get that step up.
Oh, that's just.
Now, how bad is the spot? Can they hit through that yet?
No, they cannot. Well, I don't know if Rosa has enough multipliers. Yang can power punch probably through it. This is not fun.
Huh.
Yeah, this is, I believe, if memory serves, this is 5 evades at 80 some odd %. Like, once she spins, no magic gets through her. Yeah, we're gonna Bacchus up, and I mean, this may be like 100, 200 damage at a time.
Yeah, when I see Vovalis, I pull up my little chart.
Yeah.
And I take a double check and say, all right, how terrible is this going to be?
Yeah, see, Xeno brings up a point. You can reset out of this. Okay, she's doing 471 in the even berserk. So yeah, we're okay. Yeah. It'll take a little while, but we're through. Yeah, you could reset out of this, move Rosa out of the middle, and then just use the aim command, and that would bypass all the evades because her accuracy goes to 255 at that point.
A probing quake from the Quack Kid. Just to confirm.
Everybody has to try.
Yep.
There's a chart that shows, where her magic defense is perfect. This is one of them.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Lovalis is being subjected to a slow burn of both arrow and claw. Hart is doing some more chests inside Castle Eblan, and seems to be doing okay. Oh, I jinxed. That was rather rude of me.
Look, the cats don't like being touched.
They don't. Do not the cat.
No, cats are unpleasant. Let's go with that.
All right, so on Aerith's side, with Lovalis, you've got in this particular form a whole set. Hey, and then we're through it anyway. But you got the weak, you got a hit, and you got a partial stone.
There's warp in case you didn't have it already on Bridia. Yeah, so we're in business.
Outstanding timing.
Mm-hmm. So, wait, did I say something about a blue robe? I'm pretty sure I did.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Again, mildly uncomfortable. I'm not saying I'm filing a report.
Is it the gauntlet?
Not doing that.
It's not the gauntlet. Okay. All right, then we're fine.
All right. So, all right, let me just delete this file for a minute here, or we'll save it in the drafts folder. How about that? That I'm not saying I'm filing a complaint. I just might have to help me understand.
Here's the thing. If Hart had stayed up at Zot 1 and sat through that King Queen, would have seen this blue robe. And now all of a sudden you have a pan in your hand, but you know for a fact the second fight in Dwarf is a blue robe.
Yeah.
Now what's more important?
That's tough because I mean it's a coin flip. I mean, and again, the pan is quick.
Yeah.
One of those blue robes is quick. The other, not as much.
It's a lot of J Adams or Leviathan, you know. Hey.
Yeah.
Or Quack. Quack works too.
Yeah, and I think Aerith has enough magic on and Palm at this point that you probably crack through all of them.
Yeah. Now, if either one of these are darkness, I may just have to retire as the commentator.
Yeah, I wouldn't say retire. What I would say is let's just have a workshop meeting where you help the admins understand.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's an understanding.
Martin, everything that comes out of your mouth, just say the exact opposite and we'll be fine. Quit giving away the seed.
That's right. I don't know why you know.
I neither do I. I was kidding.
Really, Martin? Really? Okay. I mean, I'm really not sure why anyone is racing this seed. We could just have you explain to everyone what's happening.
I know nothing. I don't know where the gauntlet is. I don't know where the Baron key. Now, I mean, we do know the sand ruby's on the moon. We know that. As soon as we saw the Cecil, we knew exactly where the sand ruby was going to be.
Far, far away.
Yeah.
Yes, and I agree with our tracker Dubward. I was thinking of asking you. I was thinking of playing some lottery, and I just wanted to know what your favorite numbers are. I think all the chat would appreciate that.
Look, if I had that talent, we'd be in a completely different place right now. Let me tell you.
Oh, there's no place better to be than Free Enterprise. Absolutely no better place. All right, so you've got, boy, I don't know what you got to be thinking from a routing standpoint. The world is so open for Aerith.
Now you have a tower key too. So no, you're on that pan rat tail combo now. The moon is interesting right now.
Nobody has sirens yet, right?
You have time right now. So I think you follow this chain because this buys you time right now between the rat tail turn in and everything. Or honestly, even launching the whale buys you time.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about, because that tower key tower play, you've got both of those, and you have obviously Leviathan down there. So it's 3 checks down at the bottom that you're probably going to do at some point. But there's 6 on the moon. And like you said, sirens might be up there. character definitely up there.
And I love the hair dryer chest as well.
Yeah.
I mean, because Aerith has enough hourglass tubes. And so if you, again, are fairly committed to what you have, or you get a new character, that's wonderful.
Let's be brutal. You don't even need them. You have a quack kid with adamant armor. Just cue
Fair
him
enough.
up. Yeah, like, he's done. But yes, whatever character you're grabbing up there is going to probably get a slingshot. So whoever it is, they're online immediately.
And that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So I don't know. It's tough because there's no moon objective. Like, it goes back to, people saying, do your freebies, do your objectives. Well, if you're doing those, then why are you up here?
Precisely. But since you know the future, who do we have here for a character?
Nope. Sorry.
You won't do it? You won't do it?
No.
Oh.
No. Not
you must like your job.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. If I had more guts, I would call it now too, but I think I just can't hold a candle. Well, a wonderful vanilla Foo.
Might be joining in our party. Just putting that out there.
Foo brings a capability or two that might be beneficial to a party.
Might come along. Yeah. Oh. Tella for upgraded Tella. Yeah. Okay.
I think Aerith has got to be happy about this.
Yeah. 1600 though. You think he has nuke?
I don't know.
I feel like he would have learned it early on this seed. I don't know why. I feel like he's like in the 1400 range. He probably would have gotten nuke. We'll probably see on the spell list here in a second. Yeah. Looks like Berserk was just see there's nuke right there. Yeah, probably about 1400.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, has nuke, has quake. That's good enough.
So that's the theme, right? You've got a little bit of challenge in the beginning, and then it just opens right up.
Yep. Soma drop on Foo, get him a 200 MP. Round numbers are a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
4 nukes. Nuke takes 50, so I like it.
Yep. Check the shop.
All right, no, I'd mentioned sirens, right? And I feel like I need a little bit of good calls and predictions in this seed. So, Naming Way, help me out a little bit here. Okay.
Carrots! No! You have to buy carrots!
They are good for your eyes.
We're so sad. Okay, so there's no sirens.
Huh.
Yeah. Where are you getting your levels?
Yeah, we don't have an edge to steal them right now.
Where are you getting your levels?
Well, when I get desperate, I visit my good friend the Toad Lady. So that can help. You've got Foo for float, so you could get through in there. The other thing is with so many open things, I think I'd be tempted to just go follow my chains and burn it because we've got some relatively easy objectives on the overworld. And I would just jump on that and then hope it sorts itself out later.
Hope the solution presents itself. Yeah. I will freely admit I was doing a practice seed yesterday for the second time on this flag set. I actually did doors for levels.
Really?
Yeah.
Was this when you were mentioning having 1 or 2 adult beverages?
No. So it was a seed, honestly, that presented a lot like this, where sirens weren't there.
Yep.
I had an edge, but the issue was when the edge was late, and when your party is kind of like, oh, that's a nice item. That now your end game can be on Earth, so that's great.
Yeah.
But when your party is kind of like, and you're trying to find like any sort of equipment or anything like that, like the eyeballs going up lower Babel. They serve 2 purposes, and one of them is you usually can punch them with a thunderclaw and they just explode, and sometimes you get a nice item out of it. Well, I had killed all the eyeballs, so I had no way to steal sirens.
You're already there.
Like, okay, well, what do I do now? But the agility setup said, okay, you know what? I can go do doors. I'm on 10 key items. I have a wall caster, which Aerith just picked up Foo. Like, if you get this Luca key and it's an objective, there's a world that you do doors going down. and that's your levels.
So Aerith just had 2 big pickups from Sheila.
Yeah.
So we have the Earth Crystal, also known as the Party Rock, because you can get a few more party members, and the Legend Sword.
Forge. Yeah.
So that will give Aerith Forge.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, HeartGamer had a heartbreaking, no pun intended, battle against Dark Knight Cecil and decided to move back. And is now taking a look at the Mad Ogres.
Yeah. It's not a fun fight.
No.
No.
You gotta time those cure potions to get through it, and you gotta have the right setup for it. They call him the Pain Man for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like for the first time this seed, we're gonna get a look at music in a few minutes.
Yay! The other good part about that being a double key item coming out, man, you're a 10.
Yes.
So,
which is another reason to wait, right? To not look for the grind, just let the seed progress.
Yeah. So we'll see what comes out of this. That's access to, where are we at? We're at 4 objectives. We'll be at 4. King Forge and this. So you're on a hunt for the gauntlet plus a key item. Or just find the key items and fade the gauntlet, because, who enjoys the good moon gauntlet?
Oh, I did a practice seed recently with a friend of mine, and we ended up at Gauntlet at Ogopogo.
Yeah, that builds character. Yeah.
So that's I would love to see Heart and Aerith do that to just build both of them up.
That's also Wyvern Altar. That's a fun one.
So chat, you got to help me out and pressure Martin a bit here. We need to know what the song is before it starts.
I am not that.
Give me some love in the chat. Give me some give me some stuff here. Give me some emotes.
I can tell you what one of my favorite, but I never get it during my races. It always seems to be like other people. Arcana. I love the Arcana music. So I would love to have that.
Okay. All right. So let's hope for that. Let's hope for something Zelda themed. All right. And now I think the contract obliges us to be quiet for just a little bit.
Yep. Enjoy the music, everyone.
Enjoy it.
Boy, I have not played Xenosaga in a minute.
It was relaxing, if not a little
Very,
bit sad.
very therapeutic. Also, of course, Twin Harp's a double because why wouldn't it be?
I think it has to be that way.
Yeah.
It has to be that way.
So
during that relaxing time, HeartGamer was able to go through and get past Cecil.
yay!
So that was, as you can tell by the party screen right now, it was not without cost, but at the end of the day, as long as you get past.
Yep, that's the important thing. Now you just have to deal with a angry Dagron, which, yeah, we should be okay. I do notice that Palom is a level shy of Quack, though, so this fight will take a little bit longer. Also, please don't summon against it. I am not responsible for the aftermath that comes out of that.
And if you forget, you'll get a very, very pleasant
You will get a rude awakening.
It looks like Aerith is going to check out who is with the party rock.
I don't blame them.
No?
You look at this party right now, you are concerned that you look at this party, if like you go do Leviathan right now, or yeah, if you go do Leviathan, Leviathan turns up the Luca key, how are you finishing the game?
Yeah, you're not. You're almost there. I like the parts.
Yeah, it's like you have an inventory full of equipment. So if you're up here, all of a sudden an edge is up here, or some sort of functional character, even more mages, and it's like, okay, well, we're going reflect, whatever your solution may be. I mean, here's 18,000 free experience for you, though.
That'll get you going quite nicely.
Yep.
And of course, we have free bosses on. The script will fire, and they'll eventually go away on their own if you do kill the king.
Or you can just be supercharged.
Yes, because you're a kid and you're at full power.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And you'll dispense with the frivolities of the script and just say, I have a script too. And it says you will turn purple and leave the screen.
Yes. Monologue? Nah, we don't need that. It's fine.
Nobody has time for that.
All right. So this is the important question. Who's up here? That's not it.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But there's still one more room.
Yeah.
The party rock can deliver. You have to believe.
There's the edge.
So you'd mentioned a couple of screens ago, if you get an edge up here, just let the record show.
Yeah. Now you're stealing sirens.
Yeah. Oh, it's a sweet Sid skin though.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, unfortunately, Rydia. Much as we love her, she does take 1 million experience to get to Nuke. That's a lot of experience.
That's too much in a game, or a seed rather, that already started so slow. To say I'm going to slow down a little bit more and do more things, I think Aerith is onto the right track.
Yeah. I actually was going to put voice to it and say, it would be funny as if Demist was here, but I'm glad I didn't say anything. Because now it's
going to make the trial.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, you didn't mention it at all. You have no inside knowledge. You are not deconstructing the ROM.
Nope.
Nothing. Everything was legitimate.
It's just an extra step to the Luca key. It's fine.
And I like the special pause that Aerith did. So when you pause on a boss that crumbles away, it will cancel the sound. And I'm told, I don't know if this is true, that it saves 1 frame of speed. Can you confirm or deny that, Martin?
I plead a 5th.
I understand. So on Heart's side,
I can tell you. Go ahead.
No, all right. So on Heart's side, we have Rosa slowly turning Pale Dim into a pincushion, and a lot of dudes going on, but 1 damage. I wonder what that could be from.
Could be the crystal ring.
Yep.
Oh, that's a Baron key.
Oh boy.
So yeah, we'll just skip Luca completely because uh-oh. We're kind of done.
Yeah. There's I think the path is clear. Again, a narrow path. And then it opened up a bit.
Oh look, weapons for Edge. Yeah. Well, time to sell the inventory.
Yep.
All right.
So I don't think you go back. I think you're committed to this.
Yeah, no, this is it. Yeah.
You've got it. You've got it.
Yep. No, I was saying 99 carats acceptable. 99 ninja swords.
Oh. But what if you get another edge somehow? Then you have 97 extra after that.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, to go back to as Bus is bringing this up, it's not the whole pause thing that just shuts down the sound, which is fine, but running away and not just sitting there actually speeds up the animation slightly. If you were to, every time a fight like crumbled or vanished when you were done, or like every time after a character like took an action and you ran, not long enough for it to say, hey, you can't run, idiot, but ran while the animation was going, over the entire span of a seed, it would save you maybe 3 to 5 seconds.
Wow.
So, but that's, I mean, when you're talking tech that you see in like the very best in the game in any percent runs do, like Rivers McCown doing things like that in any percent world record attempts and things of that nature. You'll see it occasionally out of top tier runners where you'll see them run like all the time from things. And that's exactly why. We see races determined by a couple seconds, so it matters. And it's just habit as you play the game more.
And it is a race, and running is very applicable to races.
Also, somewhere J-Mac is angry. J-Mac does not like Mom Bomb. There are a lot of people don't like Mom Bomb.
Yeah, Mom Bomb is annoying because you've got the kind of the first spot with a regular set of health, and then the exploding at 10,000. Now, is this Palm strong enough to bust through that?
Yeah. Well, you have Quake Nuke and some damage. Like you're there.
So you're saying that because you don't know the future, that this Mom Bomb will not turn into 6 little bombs and will be dispatched forthwith.
So the formula for Mom Bomb is 62% of the HP total plus 10,000. So this spot is roughly, it's like 4,200 here. So you have to get through about 2,500 health to trigger the explode. And then if you can do 10,000 before it explodes, it goes away.
And you only knew that because of the math, simply not by hacking into the future with a time machine. Okay, yeah, I get this. I'm following.
Things you learn as you play the game, just you know, things you was. Oh, hi, orbs. You know what's sad about this is that Fu doesn't get the first term, because man, I would queue up a Meteor on this and just let it fly. Quake will do the job.
It would be lovely. I wish Meteor had a bigger place, because it was such a pivotal spell in the vanilla game, and to see those rocks falling and it not be Zeromus. It does, but it's not like Quake or Nuke, right? Those that's your bread and butter.
No, you're at that point. It's like fights where speed becomes one of the big examples I use it in. Oh look, there's 2 of him.
Hello, my friend.
Well, yeah. Why am I not surprised the Quack Kid went away? So let's see. Hold on. We have Edge. We have an X-Cow. We have Cecil. We have Alcohol. And a pair of White Mages. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good solution to finish in the game.
Yes. You did ask the question, and I think Aerith has the answer.
Yeah. And Allie nailed it. Yeah, 2 Cecils.
Yep. You love to see that if you've got the equipment for it, but it doesn't look like Aerith is going to get to that point.
Oh, Barons, of course. What is this seed? Is this just literally all doubles?
I
It's
I'm a
literally
little
all
bit
doubles.
confused.
Wow, just do your objectives. Holy smokes.
This might be a good one to keep on hand for training and
Wow.
education purposes, right? Because you're gonna, if you want to reinforce that lesson.
Whew. So, yeah. So what's faster, doing Luca or doing the king spot? Honestly, the answer is probably doing the king spot. Leviathan
I would
just
do the
explode.
king spot.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, I personally try to fade, and the other one, fade that sealed cave as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I may not quite remember the right way to go in the cave. But when it comes to the king and queen of the land of the summoned monsters, yeah, I know that route well, and there's a much smaller chance I mess that up.
Yeah, Luca's good warp practice, though. I mean, if you need warp practice,
you do.
Yeah, you can do that. Oh, it's a god hand. So I think this goes to why like Yang is probably, I'm not gonna say he's a bad hero. He's one of the more, call it, labor intensive heroes. Because
That's a charitable way to put it.
Well, you look at the party right now, and you want him cursed, right? So everybody else is getting more turns than him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the God Hand isn't exactly a slouch of a weapon. So a lot of what Yang does, like if you're running Berserkers, a lot of what he does is like, okay, well, like you're flipping weapons in battle. So it's like, yeah, he's cursed. So you go into a fight with lower agility, but then you flip his weapons in battle. So he can actually do respectable damage. And then you flip them back afterwards. And yeah, it's a whole convoluted process. That's what I mean when I say labor intensive for him.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was thinking to the whole levels thing
Also,
to get him up.
Did Aerith reset out of... I don't have a time machine.
Yes, Aerith did reset out of the tower, and then I'm gonna guess that there's no save file. Yeah, so that's unfortunate.
I'm waiting for the chat to populate the save icon in the chat. Sadly, there's a reason why the save icon exists.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that no one in this community has ever fallen prey to that. But yeah,
that's a lie. There's one right there. His name is Tybalt. He's right there. I see him. I'm pointing at him.
That seems like that might get you in trouble. And don't you have enough of a legal rap sheet at this point?
No,
already knowing the
Tybalt is like the meme of Free Enterprise. Did you know he tried to shut down Free Enterprise?
I did not.
He almost succeeded. And then it was on the wrong channel. So he failed.
Oh, is that because he didn't save?
No. So the rule of Free Enterprise, for people that don't know, is if you do the pink puffs on stream during a race and you get the adamant armor drop, the stream shuts down immediately. But he did it on RPG Limit Break and not on Free Enterprise, so they couldn't shut it down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he succeeded and failed at the same time. So
event failed successfully.
Yeah. So, you know, that's why Tybalt's the meme.
I like a successful failure.
Yeah, he's failing upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And we love him for it.
Just like killing your party on Dark Elf quickly to get past that. It was a good use of Kamikaze by Heart there. I like that.
Saving frames.
Yeah.
Frames
win games.
Yeah. What do you think? Should we listen to more Xenosaga music?
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
And we can pretend that's a third Cecil on the side of Aerith.
Wait a minute. What seat are we playing again?
Yeah. Nobody knows, but we'll be quiet to let you relax again.
Hey, Brick.
What's that?
We're doing doors.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, stealing sirens takes a minute.
It does, and when you
oh, by the way, you can't run away from that fight.
Oh, you
the bad
can't.
part.
I will say, I love those enemy sprites the way they are together, with the bats kind of coming up from the bottom, and the vampire coming down from the top.
Yeah.
And the way the wings are mirrors. I think it's a neat visual layout.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Let's talk about doors.
I mean,
you know
doors.
there's an easy way to do doors.
What is the easy way to do doors?
We're going to educate people. For people who don't know what doors do, they have a command called disrupt that just instantly kills whoever they target. So, but there is a window you can get a little bit cute with them. And the way it works is this. You need to be on battle speed 3. You would like to be fully anchored for this, which we have a curse ring, so we're fine there. So the idea is you need to get your turn order right now. So whether it's via moving crystal ring, whatever around, to where it goes like Rosa and then Fu. You go fight a door. Hold A. Your first character attacks, but it's buffered. You see the search command come out, so you know who's going to get targeted. You have Fu cast a wall on that target. The attack buffers the wall command. The wall command goes through. Disrupt bounces off the wall, and the wall dies.
You heard it first here, everyone. So clip that.
That is how you do doors, and it works 100% of the time.
That is pretty sweet. I am not that skilled.
Yeah.
And that is awesome to learn that. And that's what's great about watching these races is the insightful commentary as Martin ruins the seed and tells you how to further break the game.
Sorry. That's okay. So just let everyone know when this run does go on YouTube, there probably will be dead spots in the audio replaced by certain things. I apologize. I'll probably get a talking to later about not spoiling the seed, even though I have no idea what it is.
Yes, and again, we're not saying you're lying. It's just, I'm sure the admin's going to ask you for help understanding.
Yeah.
And what could be better than just a conversation to gain understanding?
Yeah.
So,
Martin,
when I...
Yeah. Your logic and predictive abilities need to stop. Hey, speaking of fights that Meteor works great on, that's it.
This would be a really nice way to cap this cave off. So when I said, you go for the king at first because you don't want to get confused in sealed cave, but I think what Aerith has shown here, which I really like, is you're going to get your objective, you're grinding doors, you're combining your grind in your final objective. So it's like a beautiful confluence of events all coming together to launch you off into the sunset. So I like that. I like that a lot.
Oh, by the way, the lit ones here tickle. This spot has ridiculous magic power, so you don't really want Mylon to get more turns than necessary. So here's a fun one, and this is why Meteor. This is my teaching moment. This is why Meteor works so well on this fight exactly. So Meteor takes 20 ticks to cast. Well, you look at your party. Well, there's 5 ticks right there, and now you have 5 enemies on screen as well, so they get ticks too. So the Meteor actually comes out really fast in this fight. Like, we're talking like Quake type speed. That's why it works exactly for this. You love seeing like this fight at Twin Harp because of the magic resist there, and Meteor just blows right through it.
So Mylon and Friends loves the friends of the Meteor. So really, you're just bringing a whole bunch of friends together in one joyful explosion.
Yes, exactly.
I like it.
And I mean, come on, if you're not casting Meteor during a seed, are we really playing the seed? Like, come on.
Yeah, you do love to see it. Yeah. Again, such a pivotal spell in the vanilla game, part of the story, and to be able to bring it out other places, especially with a Soma drop on Tella, it's just wonderful.
Oh, and now we get to practice our warp casting.
Get your thumbs loose.
Mm-hmm. I've been told I'm not allowed to practice warp casting during a race. I keep threatening to warp out the entire moon, but nobody wants to hear the same 6 seconds of the moon repeatedly over and over and over.
Come on, the intro to that track is so great.
It's so bad. No, you don't want it. Anybody that is warped out of the moon knows exactly what I'm talking about. It hurts. Oh, does it hurt? You think we have enough levels for Z? Where are we at? That's low 40s.
That can get a little bit scary.
Oh, you have an adamant though.
You do. You've got that, and I think, does Aerith have enough silk webs?
I mean, you don't really need them. You have a curse ring.
That's true.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be flying in that fight, so
you've got that, and
I think we're going for it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think with what you can see in this whole seed, right? You're starting off constricted, and it's really opening up. Is that it's like running downhill? You got to keep up your momentum. Wait that is
hold on. Are we? Wait a minute. Are we going
explain to me
here?
If I were Yang with 98 agility. Did I see that right?
58 agility.
58. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
43 is enough. 43 works. I mean, if you slap the first ring on him, he's 28 on the mark. And I think that's where we're going.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. All right. I didn't see that right. I was like, wait a minute. But still, that was really high. You don't want to be there.
Honestly, I was waiting for us to go in at 58 agility because that would have been a Z fight. Holy smokes.
That would have been an education. We'll put it that
Yeah.
way. All right.
We have a
So
pass.
we do, and we're going. So I'm seeing some Z flags in chat. Do you have any
I
idea
like
what
it.
this could mean?
I already know I don't sleep enough and I need to. Yeah.
Well, it could
Yeah.
also be another thing that, although we randomize bosses in this game, we can't really randomize Zeromus. He's too big, too complicated, has too much health, and is a rather unpleasant individual. So he really needs to stay where he is. So instead of randomizing his location, we randomize his sprite and give him a new look. And so the question at the end of the game that we like to ask is, whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
I feel like that entire description tells me that Zeramus needs a Snickers bar.
I think it's probably right. Sometimes we'll ask, does the butt have a hat? Is the butt cute? But really, would the butt require a Snickers bar?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like based on that entire description of, kind of Zeramus being angry and everything, like a Snickers bar would help.
It probably would. I mean, just look at his shape now.
Yeah.
All right.
Any
big
sprite
reveal
you want to see out of this?
I like ones with text boxes because I like words and numbers. And I know you can't say because you'll get in really big trouble.
Checklist.
Yup.
Yeah. Is butt cute? Does butt have hat? Yeah. That's a great one. Well, that's not a text box.
No, it's not. You mentioned
No.
sleeping. I'm not sure I'm going to sleep after viewing this one.
Yeah. All right, alcohol being consumed, and away we go.
Yeah, I think maybe alcohol can make you forget the look of this aromas. All right. There's a silk web.
Well, the good news, there's no Edward in the party, so we know where the counter nuke isn't going. The bad news, that was almost a max roll coming out on Pooh. Wow. 2380. That only goes up to 2400.
That's a good roll. That's a good roll.
Yeah.
Big neck, big roll.
All right, so what are we looking at for damage per round here? What do we have? I need to see the all three. We got 36. So we're 78 plus Yang when he gets a turn, which he only gets every other turn. So this is okay. So more education time. This is dangerous. When you are pushing that 9,000 a round threshold, that's where you get into what we call wombo territory. You are right at the line where you queue up the Meteo, but the Big Bang still fires. So you are Big Bang right into Meteo and you can't stop it. So you either put out some additional damage here or you get ready because you're probably taking close to 3,000 damage.
And only our stout hero Young is going to be able to take that at full health.
You need to be fully healed. Like, this is Cure 4, and here we go. And I think Aerith might have recognized that, which is why Rosa is now Berserk too. Like, any little extra bit here helps. So...
Yeah, Z is nothing to sleep on. Even after looking at this, I don't want to sleep. But Zeromus can end a run even if you've got a nicely set up party. You really got to focus, and a couple of silly rolls here, especially when you're on the edge with these hit point totals. It could go south quick.
Yeah, because the Big Bang comes out. I mean, you're at, you can go up to 2,400 here. Well, 4 of those 5 people don't hit that mark. So,
nope.
All right, there's the shake, and here we go. Oh, that's a Quint.
Ooh, okay.
Yep,
We're
yep, as Chad
clogging up
says.
that ATB huh?
Yep. Jesus, take the wheel. Yep. Controller is down. This ends one of two ways.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. Well, depending how this goes,
Yep.
we got to ask Aerith. What
Yeah,
were you thinking on that? Oh, there's rocks.
That little bit extra damage from Rosa saved it right there. So well
you mean
done.
Foo? You mean Foo? Clearly.
No, I mean Rosa. No. Foo's a potato. He's doing potato things.
He is. But he's clogging up the queue, right?
Well, right now he's probably cheering because that's a collapsing Z sprite.
Very good. Very good.
So well done, Aerith.
GG, Aerith.
Yeah. Just do your objectives. Hey, look at that. Everything works great. Hey, speaking of, hi, Aerith.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, just do your objectives.
I've never had things chain so much more friendly than it just did. It just kept coming. It's just like, okay, well, I guess I'll do that next. I guess I'll do that next. Yeah, oh, that's 6. I can count to 6. Yeah. I just also, I really love how the seed escalated very quickly from, oh my god, thank you, I found a dancing dagger, to, who gets the second adamant armor?
Did you feel it was paying you back? Like you took a loan at first and then you were paying it back and everything was great?
I feel like, well, after it was like, okay, Yogg, not exciting. Rydia, less exciting. Imp, okay. Let's see where this goes. And then, yeah, tap head, find adamant armors.
I mean, it worked out really well for you. Dark Knight Cecil.
Yeah, I knew I was just going to have to get the timing on a single Cure 3 right. And I would be able to get through it. So I considered like maybe trying to get an extra level, but no. You just need to fire off one Cure 3 and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And speaking of Cure 3s, did you how happy were you when you were able to use those on the D-Lunars?
I was very happy that there was a solution to that specific problem, because I really wanted Rosa at that point. And mostly just annoyed that I didn't buy them when I had the chance and I had to fly back and sink a little bit of time in there. But again, like, you get a character who's a lot more useful than what you had, somebody who can equip a bow. So, take the minute or whatever it took me to reset and fly back.
And then finally, at least for me, doors. I'm so happy you did doors.
Well, yeah, my thought process was, okay, so I'm gonna save at bottom of tower, walk up, check the first couple chests, and if I don't see Siren, or if I don't see a trap chest, I'll reset and go do doors, because it's on the way to an objective anyway. And then I forgot the save part, which was very unfortunate. But I just thought, like, okay, those 2 fights were super easy. I've got pretty much power overwhelming. Just go. Just forget that you did that and just go.
That was good to see you keep your composure with that, because I know that can really mess with you as you're going through things. When you were looking at the sealed cave versus the king, was it the door grind that grabbed you there for the last objective?
Absolutely, yeah. Knowing I could grab levels on the way down, knowing I was going to be doing a 4-Zerker party, and I had so many tools to manipulate my Anchor's agility that I didn't need a ton of levels. Like double Ninja Sword Adamant, Excal Adamant, pretty good. You don't need much past that. So yeah, it was just like, can they survive a Big Bang if I get a lucky roll? And I figured I was going to be pretty good to go.
Yeah, it worked out very well there at the end. I was wondering, I commented on it while the Z fight was going on. It's like you were right in that Wombo territory.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that.
Is when you threw the Bacchus on Rosa. It's like that might be enough to get past it. And yeah, you snuck right by.
I mean, you know, heroin robe, Sammy, mute arrows, like respectable.
Very much so.
And you mentioned 4 Zerkers, but rumor has it that there were actually 5 at the end of that fight. Can you walk us through that?
I wanted to be able to put the controller down to press enter and done as quickly as possible, because I was so, with how linear the seed was, I was so worried about that reset costing me and having to redo Baron. So I was like, I just want this to be as fast as possible. And like, what am I gonna do? Like, throw a Star Veil and then maybe he has enough time to get off a nuke? Like, no, just let him have fun. Let him swing that Lilith Rod.
The notoriously inaccurate Lilith Rod, yeah. Such a great time.
But it wasn't enough. In my heart, it made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta meme somehow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, other than that, I mean, like, this is week 8, so that's it. What do you think of the flag set? Like, any thoughts to the tournament in general?
So I guess on the tournament in general, I'm really happy I came back. I hadn't participated since CZ3. I kind of set a goal of 500 for myself, and I finished 4-2, which feels really good. This flag set specifically, 6 out of 7 objectives when you're going to be required to do 3 or 4 very long checks. That you just get a lot of dumpster fire seeds. So I was happy to send this one out on a ridiculous long chain jet of a seed. Yeah, I'm really happy with how I played this tournament. I'm really happy. You know, our team had a lot of fun. We kept the team spirit really high, and yeah, I had a blast.
Good. Always good to hear that. Rick, any final thoughts from you?
No. Well, actually, we did have one more thing. When we were watching the stream in the beginning, it seemed like you and Hart left Edward on Hobbs at almost the exact same point. Is it true that you had an agreement ahead of time to abandon Edward at a certain square on the map?
Not to my knowledge, but maybe, you know, zeitgeist, subconscious, we agreed to do that. Yeah, I mean, it's not just that it was Eddie; it was that it was Asura, and like that was before I'm pretty sure that was before I found the dancing dagger besides. So it was like that fight was gonna take me in just ages. There's no way I was gonna do that.
I think both of you had the exact same idea, because I've never seen a pair of runners run away from a character or a fight that fast before. So yeah, that was a new one.
Definitely don't blame you for that.
No, not at all. So, but yeah, no, thank you for that. That was very well ran. So, and you know, congratulations on 4-2. That's like, I'm pretty sure math checks out. That is above 500.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think I can count that high. Yeah.
All right, we'll let you get out of here. Any final thoughts for the chat out there?
Yeah, thanks to the admins for all the work that goes into organizing the race. Thanks to the restreamers and the commentators for making the show happen. Thank you to all the other runners who, you know, agree to participate and volunteer their time to make this all happen. And, you know, thanks to the community. Like, I'm constantly learning things whenever I participate in the Discord, always picking up new tech, and it really is what brings me back to Free End. So thanks, y'all.
And thank you.
All right,
Yes, thank you very much for putting on a good show.
Yeah. Hey, so guess what? During the span of that interview, we stole sirens and we're killing Dagrons.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah. I mean, Edge has a use. He's a thief. That's what he does.
Which makes you wonder how he would learn that, or why he would learn that.
What,
Because
steal?
he's a prince. What need could he have of that?
Maybe it's a boring prince life. Maybe you need to find something to occupy his time. I'm pretty sure, like, you know, TikTok and Instagram and things don't exist in Final Fantasy 4. So you gotta do something with your free time, right?
So why not steal? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I didn't say it made sense, okay? But it's an option that's out there, so.
A reasonable option.
Sure. Question mark.
All right. So it looks like Heart is going to be going for the king right now.
It's Leviathan. He's not. I mean, the Ice 2s will still. I mean, they're like 500-600 at this spot, but that's manageable. It's not terrible.
Yeah, and you got the level, so you gotta like that. And that's a good thing. And then just another shout out to the rest of the Restream team today. So Alicel and Dubword, thank you very much. Again, Alicel on the Restream and Dubword on the tracking.
Yep. One of them is responsible, the other one is drooling on the buttons, and we'll let you decide which is which. I know I had to try and make it awkward. It's okay.
I thought we were awkward from the beginning, no?
Well, I mean, when they ran away from Edward, that's kind of when it started, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, I think that's the story of the seed. A rough start, and then I think Aerith really hit it on the head. You know, a linear seed that just opened right up and gave you things from Dancing Dagger to where does the second adamant go?
Yeah, it's like everything decided. It's like, oh no, we're just gonna do doubles today. Like here's two, here's like, come on, wow. Yeah, casual 5,000 swing on a Cecil. Yeah, I think we're kind of at that, especially with the levels we get from here. Like Rosa will be above 1800 HP. This may just be like, this is enough. I'm going to see.
I think you can turn it on as long as RNG is on your side and you do it disciplined. You should be
it's
good.
A dart. I mean, it might be a dart. I don't know.
Maybe you're gonna hold off for that game.
So people get attached to like it's one of those, like, you have your inventory. It's like, oh, I can throw all these things. But because of like what we know about like Z and how we fights, Berserking Edge works better than using him just to throw darts repeatedly because of how it kind of locks up the queue to let other people take actions. So as much as I love having very high damage darts, I'd rather just drink alcohol and turn them loose.
Yeah, I think some of the darts can be a trap, especially the later you get in the game. Because you look and you do one and then do the math and go, huh, I get 200 more damage, or actually I did 200
it's
less
hard
damage.
not to. Like, you know, it's like you have a spoon. It's like, oh, that's 10,000 damage. And that one, okay, makes sense. But yeah, throwing spears, you're just like, well, I could just, like Aerith said, I just wanted to put down my controller. Sometimes it's nice to put down your controller.
Yeah, put down a controller to get a dot done out quick.
Yeah.
And I think that feeling encapsulates the seed. And it was pretty wise when you think about having the saving and loading issue. It's like, all right, what do I have to do? It shows good, good sportsmanship and good respect for your opponent as well to feel that kind of error with saving and loading could be enough to cost you the game. And so you're going to work really hard to get to that.
Yep, very much so. Well, yeah, exactly what Allie says. Hold A and watch baseball. There you go. Just try to keep a side eye on the screen so you can at least notice when like 80% of your party is dead. And be like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should pay attention again. All right, one more Z fight to go.
That's right. Let's focus our energy for Heart here for a nice strong finish.
Yep.
Again, it's the runners against the seeds, and we want the best for everyone.
What are we looking at agility-wise? Did we even... No, I didn't notice. I don't know. I'm assuming Yang's cursed, so we'll just go with that.
Yeah, I don't know if we're at the point where we can just throw caution into the wind and just berserk everybody and laugh. I think we need to do a little more. I'd like to see, maybe you got 2,500, you can do that on enough players. But
tempting fate is not a great idea.
And I don't think Heart is at that point yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, as we've been saying all broadcast, Yang is just such a great character and is just so awesome. Look at that 3,200 health.
Wait, hold on. Who said that?
We were saying it the whole time. Definitely don't watch the beginning, and we just think he's such a great hero.
Oh, okay. You realize that when they like upload this to YouTube, like the beginning part is still in the like YouTube.
No, doesn't it record over? Like
No,
you lose
no,
the first hour?
No, I'm pretty
No?
sure I didn't say anything that's going to get muted at that point. So no, they're going to hear it all.
Oh boy. Oh, we might be in trouble with the Yang fans there. Anyway, let's focus on the team fight now. Look at that terrifying sprite with that giant neck. Gotta love it. Or be terrified of it. I am not looking forward to dreaming about this thing.
She's not walking that off.
No.
Sorry.
No. Our poor pink-haired friend.
Yep. All right, so let's see what kind of damage we have going on here. 63 plus what?
Okay.
28. So yeah, we're once again, it's that 9,000 range where things are going to get interesting. So
yeah. Oh yeah. No, we are very much there.
Yeah. So all right. So this is elementary till we get to the second shake, and then we start watching. I was wondering if we were going to see this. Yeah. Yep. Only problem is Yank's in the back row.
Yeah, and that will be unfortunate without the special sequence of events.
I mean, we honestly we could change here and drink alcohol with Yang, and just let it and see where it goes. I mean, that's a reality. It's also scary.
Yes. Well, I mean that's right. If you're in this randomizer in general, if you're at the point where you're super comfortable fighting Z, you may have left some time on the table. But on the other hand, if you're nervous and you're like, boy, it's super close, you're probably doing your best style of gameplay that you're capable of.
Yeah. Well, and berserking Yang too. It's like, well, he's our best HP total right now. He makes a great chemist. So leaving him to where we have like if Rosa explodes here, at least Yang is still standing.
Yeah, and that's why Yang is just so great, and we love to have him early.
Yeah, but Rosa, meanwhile, just walks that off like, whatever. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, you don't need that extra health when you're me.
Yeah.
There's the rocks.
The Cure 4 came out in time because, there's rocks. And, that's it. So, well done, Heart. Yeah, very clean Z fight. So, congratulations to Heart. Yeah, it looks like Heart has obligations, so we're going to skip the interview for Heart, but congratulations to him. Obviously, well, I mean, great tournament. So it's always fun to watch Heart race.
And a good time on the seat as well. Just a little bit of difficulty. I think though that D-Lunars in the beginning really hurt the momentum.
Yeah.
Other than that was a clean red.
Yeah. I mean, these are fights that cause anybody problems. Like, and sometimes just finding the tools to get through them. Hey, as we say, that's how it be sometimes.
Yep, that's randomizer, and you learn more, and you get more tools in your tool belt, and before you know it, you can deal with almost anything.
I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for years, Brick. I still haven't learned it all yet.
I don't think you ever can learn it all.
Yeah. So,
I don't think you
but
can.
hey, you know what? I'm great at predicting the future, so let me predict this one for you. I
Okay,
bet
I'm
there's
listening.
more free enterprise waiting for us.
No, is that really true?
All signs point to yes.
Okay, all right. Well, hang on. If you're going to make a claim like that, you need to
Okay.
back that up. Who's playing?
I'm gonna say Pyramid and Tall Grant. How close am I?
I don't know. We'll let chat find out as we transfer this over. So a shout out again to Alicel for the restream and Dubword for the tracking. Thank you so much for what you do. And Martin, this was a lot of fun.
It was.
Thank you for spending this time with me.
It was a great time. Do you think we need to tell them not to spoil the race, or you think they just know?
Well, I think this race was spoiled before it happened. So I don't know how we can say that in good faith.
Okay,
but
fine.
I think we're obligated to say don't spoil it, right? We're obligated. So chat, please do not spoil the race. There we go.
There you go.
We met our
obligation unlocked. And we'll see you all over there.
Got
Take
it.
care, everyone.
Have a good night.